Good evening, good afternoon, and good morning. I'm Frozen Melon, and today we're doing some more Slay the Spire. It has been quite a while since we've done a run with Slay the Spire, and we're going to jump in and do a silent run because I would like to. We're on Ascension level 2. This is going to be nice. Nice and difficult. We'll just get railroaded into a bad run, eh? To be honest, I wouldn't mind getting rid of my starting relic for a random boss relic. And on pickup, transform all strike and defend cards. So what have we got here then? Oh great. So Cattle Chop's kind of nice. Blade Dance, I don't mind that. Masterful Stab costs 1 less each time you lose health this combat. Not really a fan. Oh no, costs one each additional time I lose health. I guess that's fine. Bane, don't really have any poison, I don't think, so we might have to get rid of that if we don't get poison. Piercing Whale, good. Acrobatics, I like that. Flying Knee, way 2 damage. Choke, good with the Infinite Blades and the Blade Dance. And the Masterful Stab. And the Alchemize, which I do like, gives me free potions, so I would say that's a net positive. Risk and reward, yes it is, my friend. A 1 elite path, 2 elite path. There. And we could get 3 elites, 4 elites. And if not, we can always go off to a shop and then still do a 3 elite path. I like the sound of that. We'll try going for an early event as well, because I do like getting random stuff for free, if we get the opportunity. But how are we all? I am doing okay myself, kind of enjoying the how should we say, I could have used choke and then killed it, but enjoying my run up before a weekend away, which would be nice to spend with the family. And like there's a lot going on with it, and there's stuff I'm not a fan of happening in it as well, but you know, you take what you can get, right? You enjoy the time with the family as much as possible. So I've just come, well, for me it's coming off an Isaac run I did, which all out attack, don't really care. Make sure we don't get the clumsy. I'll take a second neutralize, why not? How did he know? How did he know? No, I've just learned that the game likes to ruin me when I do that pattern every single time, so as soon as I see a curse I go back to one I already know and I've seen. We might have a good Shiv deck going here already at the start of one at least. So yeah, I come back on a part of an Aizen run, and in that run I was talking about how I kind of think that our current industry for games and everything else as well, like basically it was kind of a hot take. I don't think the wokeness in the gaming industry is the cause for its decline in quality. And yeah, it was... I still agree with that statement, like 100%. I don't think there is any way to get around that, right? We'll take a dodge and roll. Nah, I need something better than that. Applying 4 poison and weak as well is pretty good. It's exhaustible, so I don't need to play it if I don't want to. But I want to ace, like, cheap cards, right? We'll gain the dexterity here. And I'll set the Infinite Blades up. So, my thought process on that, and kind of like why I believe that to be the case, right? I generally believe it to be the case because, as things stand at the moment, right, and how games are going, their declining quality isn't just a factor of wokeness. I don't think that's the cause. I think that's also a result of what's happening in the industry at the moment, right? So, when I say kind of like it's a result of what's happening in the industry, what I'm talking about is that because we've had a generational shift in our workforce currently at the moment, the ideals of that workforce are changing. And it's like noxious fumes, why not? Some poison's better than no poison. So what this ends up doing is it leads to different values, right? Like, there's no way of getting around it. Like, people are going to think about things in different ways. They're going to analyze things in different ways as well. Next skill is played twice. Escape handy to a blur. Still not enough though. I'd rather set up noxious fumes, to be honest. Like the thing is at the moment, it's like we're seeing the effect of the industry and what's happening, right? And then we're associating that with something which is a more recent change within the industry. And the two don't really correlate together. So we then make this association, which is what we're doing currently at the moment, between the two. Now, whether that association we're making is correct or incorrect, as a consumer, we don't really know. But when you're really looking at kind of like what happens during us as human beings, like our entire lifetimes, like what we're capable of doing, what we actually do, and things like that as well, it kind of makes sense on what is actually happening, right? Because all the people that really loved games, really interesting games, really kind of like, you know, grew up with them, the classic Sonic games, stuff like that, they all have their own ideas. There's all things they want to do, there's things they want to create, and I will say it now, when it comes to creativity and what is in the industry currently at the moment, there is a severe lacking of creativity. You can't get away from it. I mean, come on. I mean, Disney have been rehashing ideas, and so has every other company for probably the past, like, 20 years now. They released an idea once, and they've been reusing that, recycling that, and giving us sequel after sequel after sequel. We haven't seen any different. Now, when we do come up with new ideas, they're either ideas that expand on an original, like, they don't really expand on anything. Like, they're very simplistic ideas. They're not like, oh my god, that's amazing, I never thought they'd do that. It's more just like, oh, okay. I guess we're doing this now. Which is kind of like that general sort of attitude of sort of rehashing ideas has sneaked into our industry as a whole all over the place. I said it's not just where we are now, right? Good potion. Yeah, I'll pick a Cloak and Dagger up. I think that's worthwhile. Now, I could take a heal, but I don't think I need to. I don't need a shop because we've got one coming up anyway, so I think we take an upgrade here. What do we upgrade? What? I think the choke. Like if I get the choke off, then I think I'm laughing. Applying more poison could be interesting. Actually, probably my defensive options could be something where I really need to get those higher level up. You know, because I only got 3 of them, and them being more potent could be useful. I have to have a think about that. I will have to have a think. But yeah, I mean, one thing is like, yeah, like, obviously people that have been in the industry for so long are going to get tired of it. Like, probably in the past, like, 10 years, I have changed jobs more than I've ever thought I would do in my entire life where we choke. So, the fact that I've done it, yeah, would dictate to me that people in their own industry, whether they enjoy it or not, are also probably thinking that same thing. So, of course, they're looking to change their job and look for alternative employment elsewhere if they get the opportunity to. And when they do, they take all that experience with them. And no offense, I probably would say most companies have been relying on those sort of people to prop them up and not really training new employees to take on those job roles in any way, shape or form. Like, I have been in many different places and I have never seen an opportunity for a promotion given to someone who is younger than 40. Right? Like, think about that really. So let's see, I've worked 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 full-time jobs, and I'd probably say maybe about like 10 to 20 freelance jobs overall, like in the past 10 years. And one of those was coming out of a long-term employment as well. Like, it wasn't just like, oh yeah, I just woke up and decided to leave for the day. No, that was a job that I worked there for ages, right? And it's just kind of, it's kind of silly to me because what they end up doing, and it happened in one of my jobs, is where you end up having this skill gap of people within your workforce. So you have all these people that are barely trained up, they barely know what to do because all your skilled employees have left because you didn't promote any of the younger employees up to higher positions. So now you've got people that are going to go into those higher positions because they're the senior members of staff, because they're the only ones that actually know the job, that have a very lack of fundamental skills on managing people and understanding workflow. They just know how to do their own job. They don't know how to do anything else, which is not their fault. But now they've been thrust into a position of power where they've got no choice but to handle that responsibility. And what do you think happens when they get put in those responsibilities? They either fall flat on their face, which is the first example, or they end up not being able to do the job, at which point that job role gets passed to someone else. Discard that and go for that. And like, no offense, I will say, like, would I say it's my generation or the generation slightly below me? No, I'd probably say it's my generation more than anything else. Like, I would say my generation didn't get enough attention as they were a child. So they end up spending that by trying to make everyone else give them attention, right? Yeah, let's take in Venom, why not? I'll pick that up. I'll pick an Envenom up. Hello, friend. Infinite Blades. Caltrops. That gives me a power, I'll drink it now. Should be Venom. Fine. And yeah, like, what do kids do when they don't get enough attention? You know, they'll get it from somewhere else. And that's essentially what's happened with this within the industry, for gaming as a whole right now, is you're seeing a bunch of kids that essentially mummy and daddy didn't pay much attention to when they were younger, and now coming out of college, university, going to these job roles, getting promoted because they got no one else in the industry to promote because everyone else is so underskilled, or don't have enough experience, is the phrase that they normally use when they don't employ someone, right? Like, my current place I work at the moment is quite nice in the sense that the age range of people ranges from, I would say, about 44 all the way down to about 30 to 28, I think, ish, at least for my office area, which is quite a nice age range. But other places I've been, the youngest person there was like 50, and the oldest person that was there was 25. So the age gap between those two is 25 years, right? I was just like, what? And when I came in there, I was that I was the youngest person. I was that person that I was mentioning. It was just ridiculous. Like, genuinely, it was ridiculous. Because then, I was lucky at that time that I kind of had a lot of experience working within other industries, right? I basically worked in a supermarket for an extremely long period of time before I even went near that job. So I had experience from other places, and when I moved into there and basically took on that job role and started working, doing that, like, I knew roughly what to do and how things worked and what was expected of me. But there are people that were literally a year younger than me that had been there for 2 years that still didn't know how to do their own job. Like, they didn't know what their responsibilities were. And then you also had people that had been in that job for 25 plus years and they didn't understand how to do their own job. But yeah, it's like, I think essentially that's what's happened, is the fact that you just have a lack of intermediary employees at a certain period of time, which has then basically caused you to lack staff to be able to complete fundamental things. Right? Oh yeah, I forgot that guy doesn't actually, yeah, my bad. Taking a bit more damage than I wanted there. My own fault. I forget they have artifact on, and choke is status effect. Very annoying, that. Goodbye, Masterful Stab. You were surely be missed. So yeah, like, it's extremely frustrating, yeah. And then what it is it puts pressure on what you class as your intermediary skilled employees to try and cut up or bring up for the slack once those senior employees leave. And the thing is, they can only do so much before they realise they get tired of it. And they won't train anyone else to do it because that's management's job. Right? And I'm not being paid a manager's wage to do that job, and that's my generation's line of thought. Is like, I'm going to come in and I'm going to do my job that I've been told that is my skill set and what I'm worth. And that's all I'm going to focus on. And that's what I'm being paid to do. I won't do any more than that. And then someone asks, well, why won't you do any more than that? My answer is simple, because I won't get promoted. It's a petty reason. No denying that. No denying that at all. I just want to get rid of the daisies from the deck more than anything else. Because if I genuinely wanted to turn and get promoted in a business, my question is there a role that is slightly above my position that you think I'm more applicable for? Or I could be applied to? And if the answer is yes, then give me that job role. I would like to take a crack at it. Oh, I would like that, but I need more draw cards. Backflip will take. Do this fight here. Ooh. We're going to drink this potion. We are going to drink this... No, we don't need to drink the Dexterity Potion. Just go Piercing Whale. Not good enough here. Noxious Fumes to start it all off. And set a Blade Dance up. So you... We'll do you, so that way I know you die next turn anyway. But yeah, you'd be really surprised on like how much that has affected the industry, I think. And it's something that I think a lot of people don't realise that's happening across all businesses, not just one in particular or stuff like that, but you'll probably see the effects of that in your own industry anyway, where you're working currently, because that is exactly what is already happening. Right. It's not like it is or isn't happening, like it's already happened, you're just waiting to feel the side effects. How much of an impact will it really make overall? It'll probably put a few companies, I think, in the ground. Like, I don't think they'll ever financially recover, because essentially what they need to recover is not something that any company will ever do, which will be to basically just sack off their entire workforce and employ new ones. And I say that because, like, at this point, the attitude of their industry is so ingrained into everyone there that even if you turn around and get rid of people, you'll have people that are already there do the exact same thing again, just a different way, because suddenly they'll have power now where they didn't have it before. Actually, taking that to 0 could be a good idea, but I don't want to do that. I want... What do I want? What do I want? I guess upgrading this could be a good idea, actually. So we at least get, like, 2 of them. To the boss fights. To the boss fight. Before we start it, though, bear with me. Just want to do some edit. Yeah. Sorry about that. We're sorting many things out on my mics, and I'm currently trying to render, like, 2 videos at the moment while... Well, I say what render 2 is. Trying to set up one video while also uploading another. Game ritual, there we go. Brilliant. So yeah, I'm currently uploading one video while rendering another while recording another. But yeah, I mean, as far as like how that will impact the industry going forwards, there can be a massive debate on it, like left, right, and center. Yeah. Like I'm not going to sit there and say that people have made the wrong decision or the wrong hiring or stuff like that, because generally at the time they probably did hire the right people for what they believe were the correct decisions. Like, it's just the way you have to think about things, right? The issue you got now is it's kind of gone a bit more beyond that, right? Yeah, so Caltrops up. No, I can't take a hit. I don't want to take any more damage, pretty much. But getting the poison up is what I wanted there more than anything else. Piercing Whale, we'll use it here. We'll set the Cloak and Dagger up, because it will stop this. And we'll just end turn. Like, I think the industry is already into a point where, like, they're stuck between a rock and a hard place. There's no really real way to get out of it now. They either have to deal with the situation they've created, and just suffer the consequences of that. Really. And it's basically got a bunch of people that are in high positions that are clearly not skilled for it, and also a bunch of people that are skilled for the positions that are just being left to the wayside and just don't want to work for them anymore. Simple as that. Simple as that. I mean, to be honest, right? I left enough companies and I left places and jobs and stuff because, not because I didn't like the work, but because I didn't like the people. And I think the industry at the moment is realizing that fact, that that's why people leave jobs. Yeah. Taking 16. Applying 1 week and taking 3 is slightly better. No send turn. So I take a little bit less damage, I think. I take like 1 less, but you know, 1 less is still 1 less. There we go. Close fight, close fight. Now what do we want here? Corpus Explosion isn't bad. Next attack deals double damage. Or another Alchemize. I'd take another Alchemize. If I get that upgraded, it's worthwhile. Sozu, no, we don't want to take Sozu, I got way too much. Not gaining gold is probably... Transform 3 cards, then upgrade them. We'll take... I'll take the Ectoplasm. Like, me not having gold is fine, I think, at this point. I don't need any more gold for the rest of the run, I think. I think we're okay. 1 elite, 2 elites... Could be a 3 elite, but that's an epic elite. I am undecided on my course of action. I think we just go with 2 elite fight, and I guess we're going this way to do it, so we get a shop and some rest sites as well. And I probably want to take like some question marks. See what we get out of it that way. I mean, generally, do I think that like the industry is stuck in a rut and they don't know how to get themselves out of it? Yeah, I generally think that. Like, at this point, no one's able to create new ideas anymore. All they know how to do is adapt the old ones. And that's what's causing a lot of the problems. Like, generally, like, any new and innovative ideas, companies don't want to take risks on, because why would they take risks on something that they don't know that's going to give them a return? Because they've got to make money for their shareholders. Like, that's all they care about when it comes down to like the finer things and the smaller details. If they can't make money for their shareholders, essentially the business is a failed business, isn't it? Got lucky, I actually got poison on that guy. Masterful Stab or Fletchets? I do like Fletchets. I know Slice could be interesting. Quick Slash. Am I skill heavy? I am fairly skill heavy, aren't I? Very minor amount of attacks. I guess I'll mixture of both. I guess it is more like go attack style. Another Masterful Stab? Upgraded. Let's take on this Slice, actually. Get as much zero cost stuff as I can. Don't know why I'd so desecrate that for no reason, but I was like, yeah, why not? But yeah, it's a very interesting debate when you really start thinking about things like on just how much damage has been done because they weren't willing to progress their employees within their own businesses, right? Because I think that's what's caused a lot of the issues. It's why they're short on people to actually do the jobs they want them to do, right? The other thing as well is I felt like a lot of job titles, especially probably in those areas, probably weren't exactly clear on what they were meant to do, but yeah. Oh, cool. I mean, do I really think there's that much of an issue in like the actual industry as a whole? Not really, like. I think the industry is now just a victim of itself, right? Like, I don't think anything more can be changed. And the way people have run businesses for so long hasn't adapted to the modern climate at all. Within, like, how people function, what people want to get out of their job, and things like that as well. And because the businesses weren't willing to adapt to that sort of environment, they're just now suffering for it. They are now suffering quite badly as well. Because I generally don't see on like so put it this way, right now, most AAA games take about 2 years as a minimum requirement to make, right? And I don't think a lot of companies have 2 years to try and make a game that's going to be successful. And we'll just defend it. Like, they can't rely on that level of investment to try and recoup their money back anymore. Between that, most games cost way too much, so when their sales end up coming through, they're not actually able to recoup the sales of the game anymore back because of the heavy investment they made up front, which is also not helping matters. Play dance. I would love to sit there and say, like, oh yeah, you know what, I think they'll bounce back easy and we'll have great games again, and we all sit there laughing and be like, oh, do you remember the time where these guys did stupid stuff? And be like, ah, yeah, I remember that time. Oh man, they were so stupid. Like, I just don't see that happening. Ooh, 4-plated armor, nice. I wish I could. I would love to sit there and be like, oh yeah, you remember when Ubisoft just didn't care about anyone and decided the fact that they were going to sell games to no one by alienating half their audience every time they released a game. But yeah, I just don't see one big addition for the deck. Interesting. I like that Orichalcum extra block for no reason. Like that a lot. Deep Breath is interesting. I think I'll pick that up. I think just having some free block rather than nothing is a lot better. I am going to Smith here, because I think I can get away with that. And getting Envenom down to 1 I think is really good. Let's fight! I should have gone for the Caltrops. Caltrops in this guy is way too good. Throw 1 Alchemize out, we don't need it. We'll put the plated stuff on anyway, and Fumes, and then use 1 Alchemize to get a temporary shank boost. But yeah, somehow I just I don't see, like, what their overall plan is that is going to be like, ah yes, this will completely get us out of the trouble we've now got ourselves into anymore. And, like, normal people will still buy their game if they want to buy their game, they'll still do whatever they're going to do because, you know, normal people like myself don't really care what's going on with the stuff behind the scenes, right? I care enough in the sense, like, you know, Ubisoft doing something stupid. The issue isn't the fact that they're going more on the woke culture and stuff like that, it's just in general the game has, like, Assassin's Creed Shadows, right? After Valhalla, which is the last one I bought, I haven't even completed that. I completed Odyssey, and I think there was an Egypt one, which I can't remember the name of. Is it... I generally don't know. And I call myself a gamer. Not a hardcore one, but I do call myself one. And I'm like... I generally can't remember some of the last games. Like, the last good one was Assassin's Creed Black Flag, and even that one I didn't finish. And yeah, I can get roasted in the comments, that's absolutely fine. But that's kind of my point, is like, I got to a point where I didn't have enough time to really go through some of these games. unless I sat down and had them. The only reason I went through Odyssey, which is the Greek one, is because of COVID. That is literally the only reason I was able to go through it all. If it wasn't for the lockdown and stuff like that, like, I wouldn't have been able to finish it. It was also one of the reasons why I got Damascus on some of my guns for, like, Call of Duty Modern Warfare. Yeah, put Masterful Stab in there, please, for me. Return. What card do we get? I'll take a Finisher, why not? We will heal here. I like the Anchor. We'll raise my max HP as well. That sounds great. And now we'll Smith again. What do we want here? Oh yeah, the Alchemizers. Get those to 0 cost. That was the other thing we were going to do. Just because they can help trigger the choke. If I drew it. I'm gonna try and take you out anyway first. Masterful Stab. Blur. I should have probably drank some of these stuff. 3 attacks. Just means I fully defend, that's all. So yeah, it's kind of like, other than like what is currently happening within the industry and everything else as well, like, I understand why games are failing. Like, on a more fundamental level than actually anything else. Like, of course your game's doing badly, like, you guys don't understand anything that your people want from you, so why would you be succeeding if you don't quite get that? And it's all because they were all feeling samey, plus I hated the level-based system mechanics where it was like, okay, this guy, you can't one-shot even if you try to assassinate him, for no reason other than the fact that you're underleveled. I think it was one of the worst design choices they went with. And I generally mean that. 1, 2, 3, 4... Yeah, we've got enough to do 5 cards, that's pretty good. So we can load them onto him. Okay, 2 strength. Like, and it doesn't stop, like, even the new one for Shadows, I just looked at it and was like, oh, okay. And what's annoying is an Assassin's Creed game set in Japan sounds like an amazing setting to do the whole ninja espionage type style of gameplay, right? And like, your job is to kind of sneak in and take care of warlords and stuff like that that are trying to conquer particular places and all this sort of thing, and you're like, why aren't they doing that? Right? Is it me? I was just thinking, like, why aren't they doing that? I probably got enough, I've got enough Blade Dancers. Not obtained, don't care. I want A to Z, there we go. I have 4 Blade Dancers. We need another Blade Dance. We need the Blade Dancer Blade Dancers. Like, it's just something I find hilarious, right? Like, I generally mean that I find it hilarious. Leg sweep. Because it is funny. It just is, it really is funny that they haven't innovated the game in any sort of way, and then they still expect to get the same sort of sales from like other games and stuff. And speaking of expectation of sales, I don't think there's any better downfall in the expectation of sales other than comparing Square Enix, or Enix, or however you want to pronounce the name, the people responsible for all the Final Fantasy and stuff, because they seem to set very high, unrealistic expectations into a market that they're only selling on one console for, to try and recoup their losses on games that, no offense, are kind of one-off shots, right? I'll take another choke. No, we'll just leave. Don't care about the book. Like, there are enough JRPG style games out there right now that they're not exactly unique in what they do, right? Like we've all seen enough of them to know what the expectation is of that game and how things will function within that game when playing it. So, other than the story, which, in my opinion, have been getting mediocre in the past years, like, why would I end up buying those games? I think after Final Fantasy 15, I was like, oh, okay, I guess, yeah, this is what we're being reduced to now. And even that itself, it sounds silly, but that was kind of more, it's so funny and weird that it's good type, but more because of, like, the stupidity of it, more than actually it being a good game. Fight a powerful foe. Let's go. Ooh, 2 powerful foes. I would have liked to have something decent, but we'll do this. It's fine. Lay dance. There we go. So that's almost dead, and then we can go work on him. So it's essentially like we just gave him a free turn to set up, which is not great, but it could be far worse. Accuracy into a slice. Alchemize, because I need to use it anyway. At least you get some defense from that attack at 20 damage, but... Oh yeah, this should trigger now. We should heal 12 in the combat. Choke, dude. Shovel. We get curse, increase max HP. Gold we can't get. Gambler's brew we don't really want, so I'll leave that. And... yeah, taking the slice, why not? Should we dig? Or do we sleep? Who's the boss fight we're against? I'm gonna sleep. I'm a coward. I'll admit it, I'm a coward. It's annoying because I would like to do choke into play dance, but... Caltrops to slash. These caltrops set up. We've got all the stuff here, so. And Venom is pretty good. So Blade Dance, attack, attack, then use Piercing Wail, just because it'll minimise that damage there. To that. Don't really care about what these guys do, because like they're just going to take my alchemizers and yeah. Oh no, not my accuracy. I've got no accuracy, what do I do? We'll do acrobatics here. Goodbye Noxious Fumes, still not being used. Play Dance. No, we want to do this. Because that way we can get more out of it. I guess I'm taking damage. But yeah, it's... Like, I don't understand like how companies are willing to spend such a large amount of money on a game that they don't know if it will succeed or not. Right? Is that just me? Like, they instantly think they're going to get a return on their investment when they spend like $100 million on a game, and you're like, well, hang on a minute, like, there are people out there that spend like $5 million and then make big bucks on a game like that, and you're trying to spend like $100 million expecting a return on your investment. After Image is pretty good for this deck. Another Alchemize. Malaise, do you like that? I think an After Image is nice. Would like to have that. More energy seems a good idea for this deck. It really does. Now, where are we going? Probably want to avoid that guy. We've got 1, 2, 3 elites we can go. So I guess we're going to the right. I've got no money for a shop, so that's pointless going this way, so we're just going this way then. But yeah, that it does baffle me in the sense of like how game companies believe that they're going to get that sort of return on investment, because we've spent £100 million, we spent £400 million. For a game that only cost 60 quid. The other bit that kind of gets under my skin is this whole idea of live service and stuff, and got no problem with a live service game, got no problem with microtransactions, but one, they don't need to be in my single player game. We'll throw that out there. And second, don't make them to the point where the game is bad. You'll find you'll get more out of your game that way. It is always hilarious to see them be like, but we made a game, you should like it. Says who? I guess toss the Infinite Blades for now. Don't need that. Alchemize, hit a potion. Apply weak. Applying weak to you then. I guess we'll just neutralize you and start doing this. Yeah, and then this whole idea of like, you know, oh, gamers don't like our game because they give out bad publicity, so we didn't make any sales and stuff like that. And then it's like, hang on a minute. If I was an investor in your company and that was the excuse you gave me, I would come up to you and say, you didn't do your market research, you owe me my money back. Right? Is that not right? Like, you owe me my money because you mucked up and you tried to do something that you knew clearly wasn't going to work. You know, in the immortal words of Stewie Griffin, where's my money? Huh? Where is my money? Again, that comes all back to, like, you know, to be honest, I just don't care about this one. We're just going to escape from this boss fight. I'm not dealing with that. I'll do any other fight other than that one. But yeah, it's the way that everything will be when it will anything else. It's the things that they have decided on their own that are going to be the cause of all this really annoying ness that they just want to put out there to be like, oh yeah, it's everyone else's fault but my own, right? Like, no ownership of coming up with a poor idea or making poor decisions. It's always someone else's problem. Like, kindergartners do that as an idea, right? And apparently adults and CEOs of companies do as well. I moan about it a lot. I have been more recently, and I got back into it again because it's just really, really stupid. Like, I would love to be able to say that, you know, there are good games out there on a regular basis, but I just, you know, I cannot tell lies. I think the slice went on. I think we got too many slices. We need to draw cards now. Where are you, other Alchemize? You're becoming zero cost as well. Boss fight time. Oh, this guy. Drink the Thorns. Apply the Vulnerable. Let's go. Choose a power. Would love that, but no. Envenom. I am curious though, I really would love to go and see one of these board meetings and like what their discussion is on like why they are not making enough money, you know? I would love to just be in them and see what the thought process is of it and be like, oh yeah, it's, you know, profits have been really down this month and it's because of like, you know, just how things are and the way things have been, and you know, we really struggling to kind of reach those last quarterly reviews. So how are you going to reach them? Oh, we're going to sack staff. A backflip is what I want. We'll upgrade again. Do we start upgrading the rest of the blade dancers? I think we do, don't we? Actually, that gives me 2 shivs, which is really good. And a bit more armor, I think. Go for the other boss fights. Crack your hourglass, that's great. Be it a bit of DOT damage when you get the opportunity to. Acrobatics, we do get a choke. We'll toss a backflip, don't need that right now. Into a blade dance. Random potion me. No, I might save the regen. Let's drink it. He's gonna get intangible, and then we've got to deal with that stuff and go through all that rubbish. Is intangible this turn? I think so, yeah. So this into the daggers, Venom, Caltrops, Survivor. Almost fully defended, but the regen helps that as well. Alchemize first, why not? What do we get? Apply 6 poison. I'll worry about that later. Why me? Very in a bottle as well. Another play dance. I can't keep getting them. I got too many of them right now. This way I can get 2, 3 upgrades. I got enough relics and stuff. Yeah, let's just go this way and get like more upgrades. Oh, shit, start digging actually. Meal ticket, cool. Upgrade on my cast can only heal. Heal, but I obtain dealt. Yeah, let's fight the boss from round 1. So, apply poison, accuracy, alchemize, take your explosive damage, backstab, finisher. We've got my fairy in a bottle. We're going to choke first, we're going to neutralize. We're going to drink this, and then blur. Just try and get as much defense for that attack as possible. Not bad. Yeah, like I should always have a blade dance in my hand, and if I get a choke, then yeah, let's just like... This is just now completely like way too easy. Whenever you receive 5 damage, reduce it to 1. Another backflip. I will take that. The Storm of Steel would have been really good, but... Bronze Scales, I do like that. Start with plate armor. I think we'll rest here because this is the final fight against the donuts, or you know, the jellies. He's just called the donut to me. That's all I know. The donut and the gem. So alchemize first. We do not have defense, so piercing wail is. just to like get rid of whatever. And then we're going to take some damage. And then backstab that. He's the scaling guy, so we want to take care of him first. That's just the defense guy. The choke is up. Indeed. So I'm going to choke this guy first anyway. I'm going to shiv. Just get it out of my hand. I'm going to backflip. So would like to have another attack. I guess I'm going to flying knee into finisher. Then we're just going to accept what we get on the chin. I mean, firing a bottle will save me, but it's whether I get enough damage on the rest of the guys anyway. Right? Can I play enough cards to get enough block here? No, is the answer to that. No, I can't. Very annoying. Really? Okay. Well, I've got to use this anyway, because we're going to backflip. Get as much defense as possible. Choke. Into neutralize. Into that. Into cloak and dagger. Into the blade dance. Ooh. We did not kill him, but he'll die to the first strike on me. No, he won't, because he got armor. That's annoying. Okay, so we'll choke you then. Then we'll backflip to gain some defense. Alchemize because it's just a free card at this point. Drink that to upgrade all those. I can play the Noxious Fumes here, so that'll set the kill up for that for next turn regardless of whatever happens. Neutralize, shiv, slice. Like, do I think much will change between any of the companies? I don't really see it happening. I think companies are so far up their own backsides at this point with, like, the direction they want to go in, that they're not really going to change their plan unless stockholders get more involved in what's going on. The issue is stockholders that are involved in these companies are ones that don't understand how those companies make money. All they know is it's tech. They don't know what gaming is all about. And that's a big issue, is they invest in those stuff like it's technology when it's not. It's an art form. And it should be really treated as such, you know? We really should have, like, snub-nosed critics going around and telling people that, oh yes, well, this game is clearly made in the art style of, you know, all that sort of stuff. Like, those are the people that should be going around bragging about games because they know they're going to be able to sell them for a lot more money if they start bragging about the artist that made them. Sorry, a bit too on the nose for the art critic industry, right? There we go. Not a bad run, that. Not bad at all. A really good Shiv choke deck. But yeah, starting off with a Pandora's Box, the starting one, that was really interesting. It really kind of changed how the entire game went, and my god, did we get a lot of relics in the end. I have to admit, I was pleasantly surprised how that one went. I thought it would be like a quick finish overall, but it wasn't. So again, if you do enjoy these videos, do leave a like, subscribe to see more, and I'll see you all in the next one. Take care.